Hello, and thank you for joining me tonight. If you've never seen one of my videos before, thank you so much for watching. I'm a Master Teacher Reiki practitioner, energy worker. I work out of the New York City area. If you'd like to find me on social media, I'm on Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook. I also have a website for you to get in touch with me. I have a blog, I have a shop, I have services to offer. I do distance Reiki, in-person Reiki, I teach, I make things, I do readings. So if you're interested in any of that, please check out my website, which is luneInnate.com. You can also send me a message through there, ask a question about a video or suggest a video. I'm pretty open to that as long as it's, on the scheme of what I'm into talking about. So this video is the 5th edition to the Dynamic Thought Creative Consciousness series that I'm doing. This chapter is about strengthening the will. It starts off by saying how the conscious mind is full of limitations, and the subconscious mind is, for all we know, limitless. We don't even know the limits to the subconscious mind. But unless our conscious mind is able to put the subconscious mind to use and access this power, it can kind of be left to run amok and get us into these negative habits and attracting very negative things toward us, always not reaching our goals, doing the same thing every day, feeling a victim to circumstance, or living a life as if we're a victim to circumstance and not in our own power. So in a sense, not only do we waste this power, but it serves to work against us if it isn't under control. When you look at it this way, the conscious mind is even more important than the subconscious mind, because without its guided efforts, we're not going to be accessing the power of our subconscious mind, and we're not going to reap those benefits or control our lives or reach that level of mastery or those big aspirations or big dreams that we may have. We use our conscious mind to get the messages to our subconscious mind for things to be carried out naturally and easily. When we're working from our conscious mind and we're trying to get something done, maybe start a new project or advance ourselves in some way, we typically, exercise, diet, career projects like writing books or anything along those lines. If we're only utilizing our conscious mind to carry that out, we're going to end up burning out. We'll probably be excited about it for a little while because there's a novelty to that. But after, the conscious mind and the lack of will, the weak will, is going to, be swayed by influences. Your friends calling you and asking you to come out. Things along those lines, being tempted in ways that put something aside. In the book, the author used the example of wanting to pass an exam, pass a class, and get the job that you want. Now, if you give in and you keep going out with your friends and stuff, you're not going to get that done. A really strong will be able to say no to these things and put them on hold and say, no, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm dedicated to this because this is what I want. I want this career. I want this salary, or, however it is. I want this amount of earnings. I want this lifestyle. I want the people that I'm responsible for to have the lifestyle that I want to give them. So the will is kind of the big focus again of this chapter, and strengthening it. How do we strengthen it? Affirmations. Affirmations is a great way to strengthen our will. When affirmations are put to use, they affect the subconscious much more powerfully. We're able to access more of it and give it a much more stronger and not weak command. So again, going back to the author's example, I will finish this exam. I'm going to ace this exam. I'm going to ace this course. I'm going to get the job that I want. I'm going to have the lifestyle that I want. It's all about keeping focused on that destination. Again, going back to the author's example, that career, that lifestyle, that's the destination. That's what he's not going to give up on, or this individual is not going to give up on. What we're not going to give up on. We're not going to give up on that goal. When we give up on the goal, it doesn't happen. And again, we're like, oh yeah, that sounds nice. That's what I want. Like, I've done this myself so many times. You know how many businesses I've started? You know how many times I've tried to branch out on my own thing, and I've failed so many times, and each failure is a blessing in some weird sense, in a way, because I've learned from it. So there's definitely something to be said for that. But at the same time, if I had just continued with any of them, I might be where my original goal had been, you know. I mean, you know, who's to say? I love what I'm doing now. I feel like I've really found my path, and I love that my work is connected to my spirituality, because that's like the most important thing to me, you know, in a sense, and helping other people as well. But you know, you could look at it the other way too, like, oh well, you probably could have reached those goals. Maybe I still would have come back to my spirituality, and I'd be in a better place to help more people or produce better quality videos or whatever, you know. So it's just something to acknowledge and put some significance on, is that there needs to be a focus, and that focus cannot waver. You cannot take your eyes off it. You can't let people influence you or suggest upon you that I'll put this off till tomorrow, or why am I doing this when so and so is doing this and they're making more, or they have it easier, or they're already doing this. We can't compare. We can't let this like egotistical influence take us off of the vision that we have and the goal that we have. This whole series is all about reaching a goal. And so many of us have these goals, but we don't reach them. The author gives a word of warning in this chapter. Once we've given this message to our subconscious, we've applied these affirmations, we've strengthened our will, we're focused, we meditate and visualize seeing this goal reached, seeing how our life is. And it can't be just a general sense. It can't be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have that. Like, really make it rich. See what your day is like. What is your day like when you've reached this goal? What is your day like just leading up to this goal, and then reaching this goal, and then after this goal? It has to have depth and be complete. While we're doing this, it's going to affect our subconscious. And what's going to happen is you're going to get these influences of your subconscious. You're going to have a reminder of your subconscious. Oh, but we wanted to do that. Oh, wait, weren't we going to study? Weren't we going to get up early and exercise today? Weren't you going to go, you know, visit so-and-so and talk to them about working on a project together? Weren't you going to get to work on writing or get to work on creating something? When we deny these impulses that our subconscious is creating for us to make work easier, we're going completely against it. We're throwing it off track, and it's really going to sabotage all the work that we've done, and also all the work that we will do in the future. For example, the author, going back to again an example that the author has, if your thing is like, I'm not going to sleep late, I'm going to get up at this time. I'm not going to sleep late, I'm going to get up at this time, etc. You picture yourself doing it, you're there. When your alarm goes off and you don't even acknowledge it, you hit this, you know, you turn off the alarm. You're going to turn off the alarm then, like, most likely, you know, again and again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to keep going. Is there something to be said about, like, hitting snooze and then getting up? Like, yeah, sure. Sometimes I need, like, 5 minutes in bed before I actually get up, and it sets me back 5 minutes. Like, that's okay. But it's about taking the blanket off of you, or rolling over, or getting into a different position, or putting like one leg on the floor even sometimes, you know, like to be like, okay, I'm getting up, collecting my thoughts, I'm letting my soul get back into my body, or I'm just going to remember that dream for a minute, and then I'm going to get up. If those impulses are coming, if those activations of the subconscious, you're programming it to activate you, to remind you, to say, oh, this is what we do now. So if you don't follow through on those actions, it's detrimental to your success. So the author is warning us heavily against that. Now maybe the alarm clock is kind of a bad example, but it's that habit, that thing of putting things off, saying you're going to do it a different time, or you know what, today I don't want to go out, the weather's not great, you know, like one of those kind of things. Sure, again, this is very general in a sense. We all have certain things that cause us to need to reroute our day. Let's say, for example, you want to go exercise in the morning. You're like, I'm going to go jogging in the morning. I'm going to go jogging in the morning. I'm going to go jogging. And you wake up and you have an incredible migraine or something of the like, something that would really make jogging horrible. Like, yeah, you could totally still go jogging. You could totally do it. However, if instead you do a bunch of, you know, crunches or things that are less jarring to your physical brain, you know, like that like headache and bouncy brain kind of thing, you're still following through. you're still putting in the effort, you're still on track. For example, sometimes I have my schedule lined up for the week, which days I'm going to record, which days I need to write, which days I need to research, which days, which times of day that I have sessions, what necklaces I need to ship out, which ones I need to make, which store I need to go to get more things. And I like to line things up for the day. Now, sometimes something will happen and it's just really not a good day for me to go into the city, to go shopping. So I will swap my day. Like, okay, well, I'm going to get this done instead, because they're still, all in all, working towards the same goal of my little success, my personal goals that I have. So, I'm saying keep that in mind. The author doesn't talk about that, but I would say that to you, that there are ways to, maintain while still staying on track. The author then challenges us in this chapter to complete something that we dread, whether that be talking to your boss about, a raise. That's another example he uses. Making an appointment for a doctor that you really don't want to go to. Getting some, doing your taxes, or like getting your finances in order. Something that you put off, that you kind of dread doing, that you mentally envision to be like, oh, this is like a tedious task, or this is going to be painful in one way or another. The assignment is to focus on first visualizing you completing this task with ease, with comfort, with everything going smoothly, with you being well received, with everything working out perfectly. Thoughts become things. And then when you actually do whatever you want to put off, or whatever it is that you're, the thing that you dread or whatever, it's so much better. It's so much easier. It's way better than you could have originally anticipated it to be. So that is the assignment for this week, to do things like that. Do the things that we're pushing to the back burner, or not all that excited about, and we could probably never do it, and we'd be happy to never do this type of thing. So, see what you can come up with for that. And if you would like to share, I'm always very happy when you guys share with like what your personal goals, or in this case, dreads would be, or discomforts. Of course, we're still going on with reading our meditations. As you know, I had asked you to please get a notebook or a journal to work through these. Keep focusing on that perfect you. It should be a lot easier by now. You should be able to like zap those qualities right in. Your environment, what is allowed, what you allow into your mental space, and what you do not allow, what you deny and what you affirm in your mental space. And I'm already seeing really positive things from this book, and some other things that I have going on as well, other things that I enjoy that inspire me. I watch a lot of YouTube videos related to, success and following through on goals and achieving goals, and kind of opening your mind to how to bring about the things that you really, want in your life. So keep it up, keep doing it. All those acts that I'm saying, whether it's YouTube, reading different books, talking to people who are on that mind frame, who inspire you, who are maybe a little, I don't want to say higher up, I hope you know what I mean, who are successful people, and that raises your energy, and you can like vibe with them better, and it will increase your wave of being like more successful and responsible, and kind of change your thought patterns a little. Alright, so I'm going to darken the screen so that you can close your eyes and listen to this meditation that the author has for this week. Again, this is week 5. If you are following along, you'll notice that I'm doing it kind of like every 2 weeks in some cases, but I'm trying to get back to 1 week. I just kind of got thrown off with holidays and, stuff that I had going on in November-ish time, I guess it was. So just, bear with me, but I hope that you're enjoying it. And if you're going along with the book, then you should be fine anyway. Alright, so I'm going to darken the screen. Hope you enjoy. Take a simple flower. Examine it carefully. Note its purity and sweet loveliness. All poets who have ever lived have never been able to describe adequately its beauty and fresh purity. This flower is an expression of the universal life of mind, and I am an expression of the universal life of mind. Therefore, we are brothers and sisters. There is only one life, one mind, the universal, and I and this flower are but individual expressions of that life and mind. This flower is a messenger from the unseen. It tells me there is no evil. The intelligence that produced this lovely emblem cannot be evil, cannot produce evil. Therefore, there is no evil per se, only that which exists in my own animal mind. Therefore, I hear the voice of the flower say in silvery accents, there is no evil, only infinite good, and I am content. I hope that you enjoyed this chapter as much as I did. Again, this is all about strengthening our will and being very aware to the infiltrating influences that pop up. Very well-intending people, friends, hey, come out with us tonight. Stuff like that. Just things that come up that you're like, oh, that show is on. Oh, that new season started. Or, oh, that season's on Netflix. I kind of want to binge watch that season. Like, I love doing stuff like that. But when I stopped doing stuff like that, or at least I became much more mindful of things along that nature, I have so much more time for me to dedicate to growing as an individual and focusing and working towards my goals. All this work that you're doing is going to pay off. It's going to pay off. It might not happen, depending on what your goal is, it might not happen right away, but you have to keep working towards it. That's the whole point, And every step you take along the way is a success. Let yourself feel that, like be in the moment and allow yourself to just take joy in those mini successes, those each and every step you take toward your goal, your desire, your dream. All right. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for all your support and love and everything. I'm just such a lucky person. Thank you as always, and namaste. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and remember to subscribe if you're interested in following me along and being notified when I post new videos. You can find me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook, or get in touch with me through my website, which is INNATE.com. There you can see the services that I offer, send a message, check out my blog, or make a donation if you feel so inclined. Thank you, and namaste.